casting couch, there are people who are just shady and who try to act shady. It's a human sitting in front of you. Just put him in his place and humiliate him so much that he remembers it for the rest of his life. We can't deny that there isn't any nepotism, but at the same time, I would say that where does it not happen? But I think more importantly, now I'd like to work with the new Khan, Taimur Ali Khan. He's so adorable. तुम हो अकेले हम भी अकेले मजा आ रहा है कसम से.
So Sonal, tell me about your journey from being a part of a pageant world and then entering Bollywood. How it has been for you?
Well, my journey, I would say, like I always say that my journey is still going on. I think the journey is, till you're here, you're in a journey or on a journey. But so far, it's been great. No complaints. Regrets maybe a few, but definitely no complaints. It was amazing, yeah. Like, I mean, I think everyone knows. I think people who are watching know because I've repeated this story a lot of times, but I'll say it again. That I started modeling first, and I was never a full-time model. I was a part-time model. I was just doing it just to make that extra pocket money. And then one thing led to another, and I participated in India, and then I went to Miss World 2. I won the international pageant, and then that was amazing. So I think winning the international pageant really helped me with family. Otherwise, my family was completely against this profession. But when they saw this whole, when I came back to Bombay, I mean, sorry, not to Bombay, I went to Delhi, where I'm originally from, and they saw the respect that I was getting. And it was not, I think their main worry was that I'll have to go out looking for work, and then, things can be. Then I won the pageant, and even then I never really took myself seriously. I never thought that I'm doing this professionally, and films just happened by chance also. Mohit Suri is the reason why I'm in the film industry. He saw me at a restaurant and then somehow managed to get my number and got in touch. And then I was called to the office, the Bhatt's office, and yeah, then Jannat happened. I mean, there's a long story behind that also, but I think that'll be too long. But yes, it's been great.
And then after, I'd like to know basically, what happened when you got the offer for Jannat, and because we all are of course very crazy about this film. Like personally, even I like the film a lot. It's such a good love story, and the way he proposes you and all. So please tell us about it.
So I wasn't supposed to do Jannat originally. It was somebody else who was supposed to do it, and I was supposed to do another film, which was Mohit's film. One fine day, I just got a call from Mukesh ji, and he said, can you come to the office, and we're doing this film, and would you like to do it? And I said, okay, but I thought someone else is doing it. But then, I mean, I don't know what the reasons were, but they said, no, we want you to do this, and please, take the script and read it. So I took the script, but in my heart, I wanted to, obviously, because I had that comfort with Mohit. I'd met him a couple of times. So I was prepared mentally to start with Mohit's film. But destiny. I read the script, and then I said it was obviously, as we all know, an amazing script. But I said, when Mukesh ji, are you sure, should I do this and all? And he said, take a narration from the director. Now, I was so dumb. I didn't even understand the meaning of a narration and how important it was. I said, if I know the story, then why do I need to take a narration? And he said, trust me. He understood that she just has no idea. So he said, just trust me, take a narration. And then when I met Kunal, my director, and I understood how he saw the film and each character, those are things that you don't read in a script. What the director's vision is, you only get when you spend time with him, and he tells you the story and how he sees the characters. He narrated the film to me, and then I guess it was just destiny. I think honestly, I don't remember that one moment. I really try, like in my memory, I try to go back and try to remember when was that one moment where I said, okay, fine, I'm doing it. But yeah, it happened.
So Jannat was, of course, a film close to a lot of people. Right now also, when I read the comments and all, people are so fond of your character, and that film has a different touch altogether. So when you were
Yeah.
prepping the role, when you worked with Imran for the first time, and when you actually shared the screen, and when you went live for the first time, how was that feeling for you? And when the narrative was discussed, and when you started actually being on camera, how was that exact feeling for you, if you have to describe?
Honestly, Samina, that I think that's the beauty of like somebody who has absolutely no expectations and no experience in the field. I just went with the flow, and that is something. I think the whole credit of that I would give to my director and the Bhatts, because they work around you. They understood me, and they said, okay, this girl, she's completely raw. She's not mechanical. So let's enhance that. And that's exactly what they did. And I didn't even know that that was happening. So experiences were amazing. The time that I spent with them while and before, even before filming, there was not too much of a prep. Yes, Kunal, my director, was somebody who completely trusted me. So he shared everything with me. Usually directors don't share the music and stuff, but he gave it to me and he said, just listen to it because it's your film as much as mine. So I think the whole experience, I just cannot it was just a surreal experience, even when it released. And I mean, believe it or not, I didn't even understand the importance of a hit at that time. And when it became a hit, I remember still very clearly that Imran and I were in Calcutta. We were still promoting the film, and we suddenly started getting calls. I mean, I started getting calls, and I don't know people, right? I'm just this new girl who's just done whatever she's been told to do. And I started calls from like people from the industry saying that, it's amazing. And then what the response is in the north and what the response is in other cities and everything. And they're like, I was told that people at the end of the movie are literally standing on their seats and doing like, that Zara Saka Ho and all that. So I was like, wow, this is great. But I didn't really, I mean, I maybe didn't sink in, or I just didn't understand how big it was at that time. But maybe it was good also, so it kept me grounded. But yeah, so maybe because of that, I couldn't really enjoy the success of it as much because I didn't realize that this is something that actors wait for like a long time sometimes in their careers.
After that film, even now, like few months ago, a guy in UP tried to recreate that scene what Imran Hashmi did with you, that car wala scene and all. So did you
Yeah.
read that story? What do you have to say about that? And he actually proposed his girlfriend like that. Of course, he got
I
rejected.
stories. I keep reading these stories because I get tagged in all of them, and I'm quite addicted to social media, especially Instagram. So I keep getting like all the memes and all these other stories where boys like this happens a lot. And in fact, even when I go out and sometimes some of the diehard Jannat fans, they meet me like that. Once I was in Hyderabad and someone told me that I proposed to my girlfriend. I bought that same car. I think it was an Accent. And he said, she didn't say yes. He said, but that accent is still there. So yeah, I mean, there are many cute stories like that. Yeah. And I think it's just beautiful and amazing because it really was not intended. Like when we were shooting for that, I remember there was a bit of hesitation also that, okay, what are we doing in the middle of the road? But thank God we did it. And yes, if it inspires people to love and to express their love, then I think it's amazing.
Sonal, recently you also distributed food and like biscuits for people, but you also got trolled. So how do you deal with that when you get trolled on social media? And as you said, like you're quite active on social media. So how do you deal with such things?
There's nothing to deal with. I mean, see, they're called trolls for a reason. I've always said that. But honestly, um, I was getting trolled even when I was like, when I was not in the eyes and I was doing things silently. I was getting trolled because I remember I once went in Sonu Sood. He's a very dear friend of mine. So he did something, and he had like there was a post on his Instagram where I went and commented and said, "Proud of you." And then people started trolling me, oh, stop sitting at home, go out and do something. And then, so I am, like I said, I'm so active and I love reading comments. Like for me, I think I'm also a bit into psychology. So whenever I'm bored, I just go into the comment section. I feel like if you want to understand the mindset of, or you know, the mindset of a generation, you need to go to the social media, whether it's YouTube comments or Instagram comments or Twitter. That's where you understand how people are thinking. So I mean,
We
this
would, we would
comment
love to we would love to have you in a team soon, Sonal.
in, yeah, we should do
We
it.
would definitely, for sure.
So yeah, so then I was reading those comments, and then people are like, so somebody said, but how do you know she's not doing anything? Which I was. I mean, I keep, like, it's not something to boast about, but I mean, we all do our bit, whatever we can. And over there, people were like, oh, if she was doing something, then it would come out. Like, look, whenever people do something, you know, it comes out in the news and all that. And this one fine day, when it actually came out, they started saying first, so it's so basically, it's very simple. Those people are only sitting out there to spread negativity, because first, initially, only my video came out of me distributing biscuits and water bottles. So they're like, oh my God, how can you do this? And this is so wrong. You're just giving them biscuits. And they use some really bad derogatory terms for those people. But I go to that temple, okay? And I know, I mean, I know them because I've gone there many times. So they like biscuits, kids, you know. So first, I was being told that why is she only giving biscuits? Who do they think they are? They have so much money and still, you know, just doing this for publicity and giving just a packet of biscuits. Later, the other video came out where I'm also giving them ration for like a long time. And well, then they're like, oh shit, it's not just biscuits, you know, she's also giving food, because earlier they were saying give them food, they need to eat and all that. So then they're like, oh, why are you doing this for the camera? So I think it's just, these are people who will always find a way to spread negativity. They're always sitting there to find problems to a solution. But for me, the flip side of it is that for every one negative comment that I read, there were 20, 30 positive messages. And I've got messages from people saying that this is really inspiring. We also went out and did it, because at that time the situation was a bit grim and everyone was a little scared to step out and do it. But it was very important for people, because there was no means of livelihood and people were hungry apart from being sick, you know, everyone needs. So I did, and I inspired people. My own 5-year-old niece saw that video and she's like, I want to go out and give food to people. So I, like, coming back to your question, how do I deal with it? I deal with it with positivity. I always look at the positive side. If I'm able to inspire even one person to feed someone, then I mean, it doesn't matter what some other people have to say. And I did. I'm so very proud of that.
You recently also said that fame doesn't make sense if you're not healthy. Basically, like, you know, you that were your words. And
Right.
could you elaborate on that? Do you somewhere feel that, you know, to be famous is not that easy, but at the same time, it's quite important to, you know, maintain your mental health? What do you have to say on that? What are your thoughts on it?
Absolutely, Samina. I think now it is something that most of us have understood. We, even though health is actually the most important and should be the most important for everyone, we tend to take it for granted, and we have, because nothing, well, like, things were fine, and you know, we were all surviving, and then we were just suddenly the whole world was hit by this pandemic, and you just realize that actually just a bit of oxygen is also something that, you know, can change it. So what do you do with fame if you're not healthy? Like, I used to always hear that when I was growing up from my parents, that you know, money means nothing if you're not happy, if you're not, you know, most important is good health and happiness. But I truly realized, and many moments, I think even in the previous lockdown, when I said it in another interview that, you know, when the finance minister was announcing the packages for people, and there were packages where a family was getting 500 rupees a month as a relief, which means that, you know, what is the point of fame and money if you're just stocking it up inside your own house and there are people out there that are dying. I also made a point. I said that, I mean, something that I realized that actually there are other things, when we complain about other things, there is a valid reason. But as far as food is concerned, there's enough food in the world. So there's no scarcity of food. It's just that everyone is just concerned about themselves. If everyone starts just taking care of one or two people around themselves, everyone can be fed. But yeah, I mean, so what is, like, coming back to your question, fame or anything in this world is means nothing if you're not healthy, right? And that's something that we all have realized during this pandemic.
This month is called as the Pride Month because, of course, in India, after so long, a battle was fought. It's actually a battle because, the gays, the lesbians, get demeaned in the society a lot. I also have a lot of friends who face such humility, not humility, but such kind of, way they have been treated and all. They feel insulted and all. So what you have to say on that? What you have to say about the people like who are struggling, the transgenders who fight these battles all alone because they somewhere feel that they are not able to make the family people understand or the people around them. And if the family is understanding, then there are society people who actually keep on questioning them. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, I have lots and lots of friends from the LGBTQ community, and I am so proud of them. And I think that they are such happy and positive people. Like, some of my best friends are gays and lesbians, and the kind of happiness that they bring to me. And since you said you also have many friends, so I'm sure you understand that they're just like really happy people, and I mean, yes, it was a battle, but I'm so happy that finally, they've won it, and just super proud of them, of all those people who are brave enough to live their truth. It's a very, very tough situation to be in, and especially in a country like ours, like you said, that the society, the family pressures and everything. So I mean, in our country, I think people are still, I mean, I think we have a long way to go. So despite of all that pressure, people who are just braving it out and living it up on their own terms, I'm super, super, super proud, because I think it's one life. I always say that it's one life. Just live it with what makes you happy.
That's definitely very nice to hear from your end, Sonal, and it's quite good and inspiring. And I'm sure a lot of people over here are getting inspired by that. But a lot of people are also commenting that Sonal Hindi में क्यों नहीं बात कर रही है?
अरे हाँ, सबसे पहले आई एम रियली सॉरी कि हम यहाँ आए और हमने एक दूसरे से बात करनी शुरू कर दी और हमने कुछ भी कमेंट्स नहीं पढ़े हैं, लेकिन बिल्कुल हम हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं.
और यहाँ पे एक फैन ने कमेंट किया कि if you don't reply to him, he is going to kill himself, which sort of upset me a bit. But
No.
वो फैन का कमेंट ऊपर जा चुका है. But I would really like to say, wave to your fans and all, so that they don't feel disappointed.
Not at all. For guys, Rishal, Vishwas, Michelle, I'm reading all your comments. सब आप
And एक फैन ने कमेंट किया कि आपकी उसकी माँ को तुम्हारी जैसी बहू चाहिए. So what are your comments on that?
I mean, I love, like I said, I love reading comments and I like going into the comment section. So it's amazing. I go into my DMs a lot also. And आप सबको मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ कि जितने भी अभी आप लोग यहाँ पर हैं, मैं आप सबको बताना चाहती हूँ कि मैं मोस्टली सारे DMs पढ़ती हूँ and they're super, super, super sweet. I mean, मैं कैसे आप लोगों को बोलूँ thanks. I can't pick the perfect words to express how I feel for you. Oh, Neeraj. Thank you.
Totally, you're rejecting marriage proposals over here already by your fans. So
Yeah, marriage.
I'd like to know, are you single?
Yes, I am absolutely single right now. Very sad because, I mean, look at the beautiful weather. I was listening to such romantic music and I'm like, why am I single, yeah?
No.
So, well, I am single right now.
Also, Sonal, like somewhere are you, quite career focused, and what all, challenges have you faced over the years while trying to get projects, in your hand?
Well, I think challenges are a part of life. See, I'm a bit philosophical, so I just go into that zone. But yes, I think challenges rahe hain, definitely. But well, I'm dealing with them. एक चैलेंज ये था कि जब मैंने जन्नत की थी तो सब मुझे लोग कहते थे कि या आप बहुत अच्छी फिल्म आपकी हिट हुई, लेकिन आप बहुत गर्ल नेक्स्ट डोर हो, ठीक है। तो मैंने कहा अच्छा ठीक है। देन फिर मैंने एक फिल्म की थी जी, जहाँ पर मैंने आई रियली वर्कड ऑन माय बॉडी, आई वोर अ बिकिनी एंड हॉट ग्लैमरस अवतार, बिकॉज सब ये बोलते थे कि नहीं नहीं थोड़ा ना यू शुड बी हॉट, यू हैव टू बी लाइक अ ग्लैमरस हीरोइन एंड ऑल दैट। आई वो दैट, उसके बाद लोग कहने लगे आप बहुत ज्यादा हॉट हॉट जोन में चले गए हो। सो दैट दैट्स व्हेन आई रियलाइज। एंड मैं अभी सारी जो भी लड़कियां हमारे साथ हैं ना चैट पर, मैं सबको इनफैक्ट लड़कों को भी ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि आप किसी और को बिल्कुल भी ये मत बताने दो कि आप कैसे हो। जो आप हो आप वो रहो। when you're true to yourself, like when I did जन्नत, मैंने अभी पूरी एक कहानी सुनाई कि मैं आई जस्ट वेंट विद द फ्लो, मैं जो थी वही आपको स्क्रीन पर नजर आया, एंड आई थिंक वो कहीं ना कहीं कनेक्ट हुआ। तो जब आप ज्यादा लोगों की सुनने लगते हो ना, आप कभी भी सबको खुश नहीं कर सकते। इसलिए
Yeah,
ये
it's like a saying, like too many cooks spoil the broth.
yeah, and they also say that you could be the juiciest and the ripest and the freshest peach, but there'll always be somebody who doesn't like peaches. you know so yeah.
That's very nice to hear, and of course you're very philosophical, and I can see that from your the kind of inspirational quotes you're giving right now. But also, Sonal, when you made your debut, and Imran Hashmi has always been known as a serial kisser, and over the years also, like maybe the image might have changed, but still, like it doesn't change if you ask me honestly. You didn't have any apprehensions when you were like when you entered the Bollywood world, and like he's been known with such a tag and all. Did you had any apprehensions like thinking about it?
Well, no, I did. So I did, of course, initially मैंने भी वही सब सुना था जो कि आप लोगों ने सुना था। बट जब मैंने स्टोरी सुनी तो अगर आप जन्नत देखेंगे तो उसमें वो बहुत ही डिफरेंट थी उस टाइम जो इमरान फिल्म्स कर रहे थे उनसे। एंड इसीलिए ये एक बहुत बड़ा शॉक सबको लगा था कि इमरान की फिल्म में ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, उसके बाद भी ये उस सारी फिल्मों से बड़ी हिट हुई है, तो ये इसका क्या मतलब है। सो इट वाज sort of like it was a turning point in his career also, because उसके बाद people started giving him credit for his skills, which he is like brilliant at. We all know he's a great actor. I still think he's still very underrated, extremely intelligent guy. तो मैंने तो जब स्टोरी सुनी तो आई वाज लाइक अच्छा कुछ भी नहीं है, तो इट्स अमेजिंग। एंड इट वाज वेरी लाइक जो मैंने कैरेक्टर प्ले किया था जोया का, वो बहुत ही इनोसेंट गर्ल नेक्स्ट डोर का कैरेक्टर था। तो वो सारे आई थिंक स्क्रिप्ट सुनने के बाद सारे एप्रीहेंशंस वेंट आउट द विंडो।
So, like personally, have you faced experience of casting couch, and like have you dealt with it? Being an actress, it's not that easy also, and being an actor too. There have been actors who have also spoken about casting couch experiences. So, what do you
Well,
think about that?
casting couch, not particularly casting couch, but yeah, I mean there are people who are just shady and who try to act shady. But मुझे लगता है कि मे बी मैं यही मुझे क्योंकि कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जिनके बारे में मैंने काफी सुना है, उनसे मैं मिली हूँ वहां पर, they didn't behave badly with me. So I think kahin na kahin maybe it's also the vibe that you give out. But yes, some people are just absolutely shameless, and that is where a girl has to be strong. And you have to understand that जो इंसान इन सब इस जोन में जा रहा है वो वर्क को लेकर ही सीरियस नहीं है, तो आप उसके साथ काम करके आपको भी कोई बेनिफिट नहीं होने वाला है। सो यस, आई थिंक कभी कभी होता है कि हम थोड़े वीक हो जाते हैं एंड यू डोंट नो हाउ टू रिएक्ट टू इट, बट आई थिंक आई टेल ऑल द गर्ल्स दैट nobody is gone. you know, he's there. That's a human sitting in front of you. Just put him in his place and humiliate him so much that he remembers it for the rest of his life. That's the only way to deal with it, because he's the one who's wrong, you're not.
Also, Sonal, after Jannat, you didn't do much of Hindi films. What made
Yeah.
you like, you know, stop, you know, doing so many
But
films?
no, I stopped. So when I did, like I said, मुझे ये पता ही नहीं था कि hit होती है तो उसके बाद, you know, you have to keep working and all that. So when I did Jannat, I was very young. मुझे family की तरफ से भी pressure था that I had to finish my studies, and you know, because I don't come from a film family, so they also didn't realize that, you know, when something like this happens, you have to be, you know, there and, you know, cash in on it. So I kind of was going back to Delhi, back home, you know, studying, and then I got some films down south, which were also great offers. So I mean, I didn't have a plan or a strategy of how to go about it, and I didn't have anyone to guide me. You know, you have to do it like this, and now you have to cash in on it. So I guess that's what it was. But I guess more than anything else, I mean, we can attribute it to many things, but it's destiny.
That's true. But also, since you worked in Tollywood, how was that experience for you? Because you did a lot of films over there, and how was that overall experience for you?
Amazing experience. You know, Telugu film industry has given me so much love. So, and I've met some amazing people, made some amazing friends, and I think now finally Telugu films are being recognized in Bollywood, and lots of remakes are being made. तो आई थिंक मुझे जो लगता है कि तेलुगु फिल्म्स में और इवन तमिल फिल्म्स में, साउथ इंडस्ट्री में, देयर इज नो प्रिटेंस. ठीक है, कुछ फिल्में हम ऐसी भी होती हैं, हाँ, जहाँ पर जो आप लार्जर देन लाइफ सीन्स देखते हो एंड यूर लाइक, यार ये तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. बट वो लोग कुछ भी, दे आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू बी हॉलीवुड, दे आर नॉट ट्राइंग टू बी कूल, दे से दैट इट्स वेरी सिंपल, डिमांड एंड सप्लाई. अगर हमारी ऑडियंस को ये पसंद है, सो दिस इज व्हाट वील गिव, एंड दैट्स व्हाट सिनेमा इज, राइट? And they also make really sensible, amazing, intelligent films as well. But they're commercial. I mean, they're just very, very true to how they want to make films. So that I love. I mean, they know exactly how to present their heroine, how to, you know, what the hero's fans expect out of him, and they serve you exactly that. So I love that about Telugu film industry.
And what about making a debut soon in Hollywood? Would that excite you?
Would that excite me? Are you asking me that question?
Of course. Because it's not that easy, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, maybe you never know.
You never know. Well, yes, of course. So, I mean, 100%, of course, I'd be very, very excited if that was to come true. And I hope it does. But yeah, for me, I think the most important thing is, yeah, that, what I'm doing. I think language, though, is not a barrier, right? It is eventually, as an actor, what it excites an actor the most is the character that they're playing. So yeah, I hope I get a good character in a Hollywood film.
Awesome. That's quite good to hear from your end. And I'm sure if that happens, you're going to treat us all.
Of course, you for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, because, you know, I'll be very happy to get that treat for sure from your end. But
So
Sonal, right now in this weather, of course, you know, it's you know, that Mumbai mood is somewhere missing, if you see, because of this COVID. So how are you dealing and coping with this entire situation? You know, being alone, and then of course, right now you're staying alone, and are you like staying with your family?
No, I'm staying alone. I've been alone. This lockdown, I've been completely alone because my sister's gone back to Delhi. And I remember जब last lockdown था तो मेरी sister मेरे साथ थी, और हम यही बात करते थे कि यार अगर हम अकेले रहते तो कैसा लगता, because some of our friends were all alone, and I was like, oh my god, that must be really bad. But strangely, I've been fine, touch wood. I think it's also because initially I was, very actively on my Twitter trying to help people. So, उसमें तो ऐसा लगता था कि, you know, maybe there should be more number of hours in a day. तो दिन छोटे लगते थे. So I think मेरा maximum lockdown उसमें गया. अब उसके बाद when, you know, the oxygen situation sort of settled down, उसके बाद से, you know, the requests and all थोड़ी कम हो गई. But I've been fine. I listen to my music, I sketch, I go into the comment section and read comments. And yeah, I read a lot. So I've been okay. But yes, uh, that was a tough time. That was a very tough time because there was really bad news all around. Everyone you knew was losing someone they knew. So, um, family, I think it was just that gave me strength. I keep in touch with them all the time, and yeah, they would like they just keep me grounded and happy and smiling. And my fans, I read all their beautiful comments and so much effort that they put for me in making my pictures. Like every time I post a picture, they add things to it, they add songs to it. So yeah, I think it's just the love keeps you going. Yeah, that's it.
Do you personally enjoy the memes which keep on floating on the social media and the funny comments and all, and the kind of jokes and humor also what audience have right now?
Yeah, I would say that this whole time, which has been very bad, I think we have survived purely on memes because I mean we don't give enough credit to all these people who make these amazing funny memes. First of all, what sense of humor and creativity? I mean, how do they get those thoughts? But I mean, in such times, a little bit of a laugh is important, right? And
Yeah.
I do have a few groups that keep forwarding these memes, and some of them are damn entertaining. So yeah, I love them.
And in your pastime, which films are you watching right now? What are you like tuning into?
I was just finished watching Crown, the third season,
Oh wow,
and yeah, so the last season, whether it's the third or the
very difficult to understand. I mean, I watched it and I really love the kind of suspense they have, in every season, and it's very
yeah,
genuine.
yeah, yeah. It is damn good. So I was just waiting for it. So I finished that. And then now someone's told me about this show called SEE, which is it's like really interesting. It's about, a world where everyone is blind and then one person with sight is born. So, I mean, I don't know much about it, but like little bit. So that's, I think, something that I'm going to start.
Do you personally prefer like seeing and watching shows more, or like reading books?
Honestly, I've grown up reading a lot, but now I would say that I kind of so I usually do all my reading and my watching shows in the night before sleeping. So now I just turn on the show and I just fall asleep while watching it. So I think right now I prefer that.
That's really interesting. Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite movie of all time in Bollywood or in Hollywood?
In Hollywood, there are two: Before Sunrise and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Even Pursuits of Happiness. Yeah, I love that film. Love it. And in Bollywood, it has to be DDLJ. I love it. Yeah.
I hope you're listening to this conversation for sure. Would you like to work with any of these Khans and of course the Kumars and Ajay Devgan?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to work with them if there is something interesting? Then 100%. But I think more importantly, now I'd like to work with the new Khan, Taimur Ali Khan. He's so adorable. He's so adorable. I've never like I saw him that first picture when Karina came came out with him for the first time. I mean, I was like, oh my god, who is this baby? And he's so adorable. So yeah, that was really he's somebody that I'd love to work with.
And which actor has been your favorite personally? And even Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood. Who has been your
Uh,
favorite?
I have always loved Kajol ma'am's work. I think she's magical. So she's been my favorite. And lately, after Bahubali, I love Prabhas. I think he's very good. Yeah.
I'm sure because of course Bahubali was something which was a very good film and we all loved it. It was completely
Yes.
different,
Yes, it
and I
was amazing.
see you in a film like that for sure. I'm hoping for a lot of things for you, Sonal, and I'm hoping
Sorry for that.
yeah, work for you. I'm sure. But tell us something about your upcoming projects you're working on currently.
Hi, Vishal. Vishal Mishra says Sonal. Right now I'm a bit clueless also. There was something that I was supposed to start before the lockdown started. And I'm still supposed to do it now, and I hopefully in the next week or 10 days we should start. But now, I'll just wait for it to begin, because you know how things are changing every minute because of the whole pandemic situation. So that, and then there's one series that I'm in talks for, like a web series, quite interesting. So these are the two things.
That's quite nice to hear from your end. That I'm waiting for the series when you once tell to the fans.
Yeah.
But in your personal time, have you ever tried singing as a part of as a part of your favorite pastime? And would you sing something fans out here?
Okay, so since the day is really beautiful, I can just sing two lines from one song. गजब का है दिन देखो जरा, ये दीवानापन देखो जरा, तुम हो अकेले हम भी अकेले, मजा आ रहा है कसम से कसम से कसम से हो कसम से. That's it.
That's really wonderful. I must say that, Sonal, you really have a very beautiful and you sing. I must compliment with that. I'm hoping really, actually also try into singing. And I really think, I really want to see you singing soon. What do you have to say about the current situation in Bollywood, where a lot of actors who come from outside industry feel that there is nepotism which exists in the industry? What are your personal opinion, because you are also from the outside world? What do you have to say on that?
Well, I would say that obviously we can't deny that there isn't any nepotism, but at the same time, I would say that where does it not happen? I mean, tomorrow if I have a child, I obviously would help them in whatever profession, and if he or she wants to be in the same profession that I am in, and I'm capable of doing it, then I would, right? You help your family and your friends. And if you don't, then I think that's something wrong with you. So I don't have a problem with nepotism, but I just feel that what's wrong is that sometimes when the person doesn't deserve it and they get it, and while a person who's more deserving of that role or that film loses out on it because they don't have, they don't have family in the industry or some friends, I think that is wrong. So yeah, equal opportunity should be given for sure.
That's quite nice to hear from your end, because of course there are a lot of people who struggle and they do face that issue in somewhere when trying to reach a certain mark, and even after that they have to struggle a lot to show what kind of acting they're doing.
It is tougher for sure.
Before I let you go, one message for your fans out there right now.
I'm feeling really guilty right now that I like try to go into the comment section, and then of course we're talking, but guys, I love you, and I just want to tell you कि मैं आपकी सारे almost सारे messages पढ़ती हूँ. At least comment जो मेरे pictures पे आते हैं वो तो मैं सारे पढ़ती हूँ, और DMs भी जितनी कोशिश हो सकती है वो पढ़ती हूँ. And I just want to tell you guys that please keep spreading the love and positivity that you do, and thank you for all the beautiful posts that you make for me and everything that you put out there. I mean, I just love you guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much, for your time and all the very good.
Thanks. Yeah, we should catch up in person sometime.
I'm sure. Do that for sure. Thank you so much for your time, though. And once we are done with the lockdown, I'm definitely going to catch up with you. Thank you so much.
All right. Love you. Bye.